Hey there and happy Thursday. So I thought, oh, I'm actually going to be late today coming on or running later than normal just because what's taking me so long today. Oh my goodness, look at this hair. Okay, forget it. Forget it. Like that wasn't there 2 seconds ago and I didn't even see it till I went live. Okay, there we go. Sorry, it's driving me crazy. All right, so today what took me the longest was trying to name my card. Usually I just like come up with the bundle, like, hey, this is the bundle that I'm using or the stamp set that I'm using. Today I'm using a couple different stamp sets, 3 different dies. I thought I could even name this my kitchen sink Halloween card because I'm throwing everything together for it, but a lot of you that like Halloween, I thought, oh, I usually don't do too much Halloween. I like to do fall things, but I usually don't do too much Halloween into October because by the time you get your cards, then it might be too late to order things if you see something. So I'm like, you know what, today, this could be my last demo of the month because of my card class next week and such. So I wanted to squeeze in one more Halloween idea. And for those that love the gnomes, here we've got the gnome being spooky with the Aspen dies. So trying to incorporate, like I said, a lot of fun things with that. So like I said, 3 different die sets, a couple stamp sets, and so hopefully you'll enjoy this and such. And I'm just trying to see if I can get this to catch up with me here or not. I think I'm on there. So yes, I will just put this down here and then I can get started with showing you the card the right way and also the things that I'm using kind of and where they're coming from. So let me get this focused for you guys here on my workspace. And here is the card. Hi there, Carol. So using fall colors, Carol loves fall like I love fall. But Carol likes all season. Carol's a good decorator. Let's just say that. Like I go to her house and it's beautiful. All right, so here we have it. Like I said, lots of different things putting this together. So the stamp sets I'm using are Hello Harvest. Right now, this is currently unavailable for like another week or two, I think. But if you have specific questions and want to know the exact date of when this bundle will be back in stock, just let me know and I can look it up. I think it's maybe the week of October 3rd. But I'm using the pumpkin from here. And then Scary Cute, I'm using the Boo out of that. And then Say Boo and Scary On for the inside. And so where these will be found is from the mini catalog here. When you go to page 56, you'll see the Scary Cute bundle. So I'm using a few dies from this one. And then when you go over the next page, I'm using the Cute Cottage, Gingham Cottage. There we go. Gingham Cottage 12 by 12 paper. I'm using that. And then if I go back a few, that's where the Harvest bundle is on page 49. There you can see the stamp set and the dies. And then I'm also using the Perched in a Tree, just the die. So some of you really have enjoyed that. It was very popular for people to redeem. Let's see, page 46. Oh yeah, the page before that. Okay, so a lot of people redeemed that die set as their free celebration, and a lot of you just got the whole bundle too. But today I'm using just that die. So if you got only the dies and haven't gotten the stamp set yet, you'll be good to go with trying to copy this stamp set today. So hi Linda, hi Nikki, and let's see. So let's get started here with making the card. Because like I said, like I feel like I put everything that I owned onto this card. No, that's not true. If you saw my craft room, you would know not possible. So let me get my stamps out of the way. And I think what I'm going to do is start with the biggest die. And like I said, that's from the Aspen Trees dies. I did think about possibly incorporating some of the leaves like as a backdrop, but I instead thought, oh, a pumpkin would be more fun because there's a couple big leaves in here, or even making this look spooky. But I'm like, you know what? The Aspen dies itself has enough of a tree image. So I'm going to go ahead and bring over my cut and emboss machine and work on this background. So I love how this looks really rich and elegant most of the time, the Aspen tree die, but today I love how it kind of looks spooky. Hi there, Tori, you get to join in live again today. Love it, love it, love it. And K2, very good. All right, so I'm just going to lay, whoops, I got my cutting pads one on top of each other. So I'm going to just center this. My black piece of cardstock is 4 inches by 5 1/4. So I'm just going to run that through, and because it's kind of a little bit more detailed, I'm going to go back and forth to give that a good cut like so. And it paid off because I think I only have those 2 tiny little pieces that didn't come out right away. So I always love it when a die comes out that well right from the get-go. And then I'm just going to take and clean off my cutting plate there because I have a lot more cutting to go. So I know I've made a gnome already during this month of September, but I'm going to switch it up and make it look like a cute little fall gnome here. So I have all these bits and pieces. This is my color combination. So I'm going to need petal pink for the nose, and then this is that gingham cottage paper for the hat, and then this is going to be for the black cat and the legs of the gnome here, and then this will be for the beard. So kind of am going to run that through. So with the gnome being next, let me show you the name of those dies too. I think they're, oh, I'm actually using 4 sets of gnome dies. My packaging is elsewhere, so just know I'm using gnome dies. So let me get this little nose here on the petal pink, and then let me get the beard here, and then I'm going to put the cat, and the cat is from the Scary Silhouettes. Let me pick that up. Here we go. Scary Silhouettes dies. So if you're wondering which one's that has kind of that double matting with the tree look and some nice bats. And I'm using the moon too. And it's got the scary spooky castle and all sorts of fun things in there. So today I'm using the cat from there. And also I'm going to just slide this over and fit on the moon and these little pants and feet from the gnome. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 all in one shot. Hopefully nothing moves. As I say that, there goes my moon. Okay, so I'm gonna put that all through and then take all those pieces out, and then I just have a couple more things to run through only. So I think it's just one of those things. Thanks, Tori. I thought the trees turned out really cute too, that way, just with a darker look. And hey there, Pam. So it was just kind of fun to do this. Like I said, it took me what seemed like forever to make it all happen. And I'm like, is this card going to take forever and people are going to be bored with it? But I think it's just a matter of running everything through. And then the assembly actually kind of comes together pretty quick. So it was just me, like I say, thinking it through. Well, that can take quite a while, guys, to be honest. All right. And so let me just get my thing clean again. And actually, there's very little stamping on today's project, so let me do that next. It's pumpkin pie ink, and then I'm going to take the pumpkin from the, what is it here? Hello Harvest, yes. I don't know why I always want to call this Rustic Harvest, but I think that's the sweet name. But Hello Harvest here is where the pumpkin is from. Earlier this month, I also used this to make that fun fold card and tuck that away into the card itself. So that might look familiar, the pumpkin, that way. So I'm just going to stamp pumpkin pie ink on pumpkin pie cardstock because I kind of wanted it to be subtle, but yet give it some more color in the card appearance. So I've got that stamped out, and I'm just going to set that aside. And let's put this on. So that is from the die set, Rustic Pumpkins dies here. Rustic Pumpkins dies. So it has this big pumpkin, but then it also has pieces to create your own, which are really, really pretty. They're kind of a little bit like classier looking, I guess you could say, in a fun way. So that's kind of good to know. And then I'm going to use a little, I'm going to do the little hat here too. So yeah, so Kay's comment is precious card, even though I really don't do Halloween. And so I found a lot of my people like Halloween. Not everybody does. And I think if I can do Halloween in a cute way, then it makes it kind of fun too. And like Tori said, like last week, what a cute witch. And I'm like, huh. So if somebody calls me a witch, it's not really a bad thing, right? That kind of took me like to a different level. And I thought, yeah, so like last week's card, the witch was really cute. Or maybe that was even earlier this week. It seems like last week because I've done so much lately in my craft room. It's hard to keep my days straight. All right, so I'm getting all these pieces here and I think I am ready to assemble. So this paper here is really fun. It's got kind of the opposite pattern on the back side, and that is from, haven't pulled it out for a while, the Black and White Designs Designer Series paper. So a lot of this is black and white on one side, and then the opposite kind of has the black and basic gray pattern on there from the mini catalog too. And the gingham cottage, that is from the mini catalog as well too, like I pointed out too. So hopefully you'll be able to find all these things. So when I cut this piece, since this piece is 4 by 5 1/4, I cut this just like a 1/16 smaller, just because I want to be able to get some adhesive in the corners, but I didn't want to mess with having it so close that it's going to end up coming past or something there and having to trim it back down or whatever. So I just cut that just a little bit less than that. So I'm just putting tape on the corners here. Hi, Patricia. And then I'm going to put this right on top. And I kind of sometimes have to play around, but it looks like everything's staying put. And then this can get adhesive put right on top of it next to put on my card base. So today I thought about doing the basic gray, but I thought putting it on smoky slate would give it just a little bit of a brighter color. And sometimes doing that makes the black pop even more in a fun way. So I'm putting that on smoky slate, and my card opens up this way today. So in case you like to have things cut out as you rewind and watch and get your idea put together, you can do that. So next, I think I'm going to set this aside and start to assemble my gnome. And that's where my glue dots come in handy for my gnome. I think I'm just gonna put a couple of glue dots here kind of on the base of the beard, and then I can put that on top of these cute little legs. Like, aren't those just like the cutest little legs? Thanks, Pam. I think it's really cute too. Sometimes I have the nose sticking out on top. This time I'm going to put the nose on first and then have the hat kind of go over top so that the nose is kind of tucked away in there. So just a couple more glue dots, and then we've got the gnome all assembled there. And then I'm just going to kind of lay on my card as a place marker so I'll know kind of where to put my pumpkin. And then this is going to be placed on top of there too. Now, because of the black background and a lot of my images having black on them, I chose to use the black dimensionals, and some of these really need the mini dimensionals, and I'm just going to use a couple of the regular things too. Thanks, Tori. Yeah, I just think he turned out really cute. I did a special project for a friend this week and did some other fall colors, and I just loved how that turned out too. The gnome is just so cute, and sometimes we think winter for gnomes, and yet you could just make it be any season at all, which is really fun. So I'm going to put the regular dimensionals on here to get this guy all built up, and then I'm going to take a couple of the minis to put that on each of the feet here, like so, and then he's all ready to go. And I'm going to flip over my pumpkin here and just put some more dimensionals on there, like so. Okay, So now we can kind of just put this on here, and then this is going to kind of go over top the foot over here. So that's the thing too with having black on black. Sometimes the feet don't show up as well, but putting it over top the pumpkin helps kind of make it pop just a little bit there. So hi Tammy. And then we've got that. And this, even though it's kind of like one of those optical, not optical illusions, it's just kind of like, obviously the pumpkin is way big compared to the gnome, but I think it kind of makes it all fun because gnomes are just such a magical little creature that it kind of makes that look fun. And then once I put this black cat silhouette on top, I think it kind of pairs down the pumpkin all together. So I'm going to put mini dimensionals on here because at the base of this, there's not a ton of room for any type of pop-up thing, but these mini dimensionals just barely fit. And what's the wonderful thing about it being black, if a little bit does show through, it will hardly be noticeable either because of that. So I'm just gonna pop that up on top of the pumpkin that's already popped up. And then same thing here with the little moon silhouette cut out here. I'm just going to put a black mini dimensional behind this one. And then that can go up kind of on the trees, but also up in that corner there, just to give a little bit more pop of color. Hi, Teresa. Thanks for joining in. Now I need to come up with my little boo, and so let me grab this piece. This is crushed curry. I don't know if I covered that color. I always like to give you guys the colors because when I see a card that I like and I want to copy, I want to have like all the instructions right from the get-go so that I know what I'm doing. So this is the little boo from Scary Cute stamp set. So I'm just going to ink that up in my black ink pad on my crushed curry, and just at the bottom there, just gonna slice that across. And if it's not quite perfect, I think it'll be okay. Hopefully that won't drive me nuts. It maybe looks a little bit off, but maybe, I don't know if it's my stamping or my little tiny piece of cardstock. Sometimes the smaller the piece gets, then that happens too. I'm gonna put a black dimensional behind that as well, and then that's going to kind of sit a little bit crooked there like so. So it'll kind of look like the gnome is saying boo. Hi there, Joyce. Good to see you on here. And then for my accessory, I thought, oh, it'd kind of be fun to have little twinkles maybe in amongst the trees, but yet with the stars within that designer series paper kind of already doing that, I didn't want to take away from it or make it look kind of odd then. So I thought, well, let's focus on those cat's eyes. So you can see the silhouette here just has a couple like little spaces there. And if you want to make your card look really spooky haunted, you could go with red rhinestones. I prefer the less spooky look. So I'm going to just take some regular rhinestone basic jewels here and take the smaller ones just for a little pop of something that is embellished on the card. And I can just place those practically inside the cat's eyes, and they don't look too scary at all. It just kind of makes it actually look like a cat does if you're driving down the road and you kind of catch their reflection of their eyes and such. So hopefully my lighting is catching that there. And like I said, hopefully not too spooky. It just kind of adds it. Otherwise, it kind of almost looks like it needs something anyway. So that's a great fill for that. Now for the inside, because that's it for the outside. I didn't want to do any more accessorizing. I tried to bring some out, and if I did things that were black, they just blended in and kind of got lost in the card. If I did other things, it just didn't look like it fit on my end anyway. And so for the inside, what I thought would be fun is to bring back this pumpkin here and use that image. So instead of inking it up in my ink pad, I'm just going to huff on it and just kind of lightly stamp that pumpkin image straight down. And it's going to be kind of a lighter version, but still pretty bold. And then I'm just going to take that Say Boo and Scary On from the Scary Cute stamp set. That's where that boo's from. And I'm just going to ink that up in my black ink pad. and put that right over top. So then that takes center stage, but you kind of have this nice little pumpkin background too showing up to really fill up the inside of your card in a fun way. And so then that's ready to get some adhesive on and put in the inside like so, and that follows through with the fun theme from the outside of the card to the inside. Say boo and scary on. Hi Deb, thanks so much. Yeah, I just thought, like I said, once October hits, I kind of want to be done showing you Halloween cards. Next week, the class that I'm doing in Medelia on Monday, there's going to be a Halloween card and some fall cards there too. But I thought, I don't want to lose out on an idea in my head by not being able to show you guys. So hopefully I haven't went too heavy on Halloween. I don't think so this month, just because it's so fun to work with, and I love the pop of color with this and everything too. So hopefully you enjoy that. And a lot of you are loving the gnomes. So hopefully that just gives you another idea. If you've purchased the gnomes, just another way to think outside the box. So thanks, Joyce. Yeah, it was just really fun to put that together. I did have to text a friend and say, what color of pumpkin should I use? So thanks, Nancy, for that help. I'm always like last minute thinking things through, and like, what if she doesn't answer? I'm going to have to do this card all by myself. No, and that's okay too. You guys are always so appreciative of things I come up with. I was going to do pale papaya, possibly with some pumpkin pie ink. It wasn't the worst. Sometimes I show you like what I didn't use today. I didn't, but I thought that kind of coordinated with the gnome hat. But maybe depending on what color of hat you use for your gnome, if you're going to color, or I mean, copy this, that color might change. Maybe your pumpkin will change, or the gnome's hat, or just different details. And it's always fun to see what you guys come up with based on the ideas that I give you, and a general layout as well too. So tomorrow, I will be busy cutting cardstock all day. It takes me sometimes a few days to get ready for an event like Monday's community ed class. So like I said, with that, I might be done demoing for the month because of in-person events and different things. But when I can come back, I will be back with other details. October will have a different reward program. So like this month, if you spend $75 minimum order using my special host code that I'll post with the still shot of the card, you can get all 8 of my cards made up for free. That includes postage to get them to you. If you just want my cards, you guys have been great at letting me know, and I'll add you to the list, and that's $25 for the set of 8 all made up, and I'll get those out to you as well. Next month I'm going to do some product giveaways with orders, so that'll kind of give you a heads up on what the next kind of special promotion that I personally have going on too. So have a great night, and take care. Bye-bye.